News this morning, lawsuits filed after the deadly UPS crash that killed 14 people are growing. And progress on the Black Gold Plaza in Hazard is making progress daily, with Perry County officials announcing another construction project.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Welcome to Mountain News This Morning. I'm Mealy Green here with you on this Monday, November 17th. The time is now 6:29. And let's check in with meteorologist Megan Desmond for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, when I walked out the door this morning, I feel like I wasn't as bundled up as last week.
Really? See, when I left the house this morning, I over bundled up and I was still cold. I just don't like the cold weather, so that's probably more so a me thing than everybody else. But as you're heading into this morning, it is on the chillier side. Upper 20s and low 30s are taking over. It's 25 degrees right now in Pulaski County, just 7 miles northeast of Somerset. So keep in mind, cold start to your day, but by the afternoon we will be warming up into the mid to upper 50s. A little bit of some chillier temperatures in our Virginia and West Virginia counties. Low 50s for Wise, Clintwood, Grundy, and Logan. Now, in terms of what we're seeing on satellite and radar, nothing. It's nice and calm as you're starting off your day, and that's the trend throughout all of your Mondays. Sunny skies is your forecast. We will see a slight chance for some scattered showers tonight. That leads into your Tuesday morning, but for the most part, again, really calm forecast ahead. Here's a look at that planning forecast for you throughout the next several hours. High temperatures around 3 p.m. And again, those late chances of showers popping up as you're approaching the nighttime hours. Neely.
All right, Megan, sounds good. A burn ban was issued in Powell County over the weekend. It's in response to a forest fire that spans several acres. Powell County Judge Executive Eddie Barnes tells us the fire first broke out at Furnace Mountain in Stanton around 4 p.m. yesterday. He said it was due to a downed power line. It spread at least 5 to 10 acres and even threatened 2 homes. Luckily, neither of the homes were affected by the fire. Judge Executive Barnes says the fire has been mostly contained and that the State Division of Forestry has asked for the county's burn ban to last until the area gets significant amount of rain. The Rockcastle County community is continuing to pray after the search for 13-year-old Winter Wagner has passed the 1-month mark. She was last seen on October 14th at her foster parents' home in Orlando, a small community in Rockcastle County. Rockcastle County deputies shared an update on the search for Winter before that vigil started. They say they're working with state police, U.S. Marshals, and the FBI to find her. Deputies clarified that details are limited because it could compromise her safety or the investigation as a whole. If you know anything about where Winter might be, you can call the county sheriff's office or KSP. Robertson County woman accused of dismembering her mother appeared in court Friday. The county judge has ruled Torlina Fields competent to stand trial. After reviewing evaluations from mental health professionals, Dr. Timothy Allen with the Kentucky Correctional Psychiatric Center testified that while Fields did not report prior mental health conditions upon admission, he believes she was in a psychotic state at the time of her arrest. He suggests it could be drug-induced due to the rapid onset and resolution of symptoms.
Never had a positive year drug screen that's definitive for using an illegal drug, but there is several mentions of illegal drug use in the records.
Dr. Allen noted that mental health issues typically require treatment to resolve, unlike what was observed in Fields' case. The judge has set a pretrial date for December 8th. A Kentucky fugitive was arrested in Florida 5 years after a deadly crash. Jessica Chambers was wanted for manslaughter in Laurel County. Investigators say she crashed into a car under the influence in 2020. The other driver died. Chambers was caught in Marion County, Florida on Wednesday, and deputies there are going to extradite her back to Kentucky. Lawsuits filed after the deadly UPS crash that killed 14 people are growing. Attorneys for Morgan & Morgan say they first filed on behalf of 3 plaintiffs, but since then they say 60 more parties have been added and they expect that number to grow. The lawsuit claims there was negligence from UPS, Boeing, and GE, who manufactured the plane's engine that fell off during takeoff. Morgan & Morgan released a statement saying in part, quote, It's hard to describe just how devastating this incident has been on this community, and we are working to uncover the details of how this happened and secure justice for all those impacted, end quote. Whiteford, Taylor, and Preston, along with Kentucky-based Peterson Law, also say they are representing plaintiffs impacted by the crash. Local hospitals and medical professionals are now reflecting on the UPS jet plane crash and their response. The director of the U of L burn unit confirms they took in 3 victims from the UPS plane crash Friday morning. 1 remains in the hospital. The burn unit director of nursing says they were made aware of the air disaster right between shift changes. 12 nurses were on duty at the time, and the night shift was about to come on board when the plane went down around 5:15 that day. She says the praise from the patients, their loved ones, and others have been overwhelming. Since the crash, U of L social workers have been checking with nurses who were there to make sure they're doing okay.
We talk about things. We are open about our feelings and how hard it was for this event. But as hard as this event is, they are met with these events quite often. Obviously not on a national level of, news.
Matthew Sweet was one of the victims treated at the U of L burn unit. He died 2 days after the crash. His obituary encourages donations to the University Hospital burn unit. State data shows that in the past 3 years, there have been more than 1,000 crashes involving emergency vehicles which were already responding to an incident. 6 of those crashes were deadly. That's why local law enforcement are using this Crash Responder Safety Week to remind everyone of the safe driving practices when you see crews responding to a crash. WKYT's Alyssa Williams sat down with the sheriff, who says he's grateful to be alive after his own experience with an on-duty crash.
Law enforcement know to hope for the best but prepare for the worst each shift they embark on. But Montgomery County Sheriff David Charles says he didn't expect to be hit while working a crash in September.
I was struck by another vehicle. I never saw it coming. The speed of the vehicle, according to the download from the computer, was 77 with no brake activation.
Charles says he was assisting Bath County officials with a crash on I-64 when a vehicle hit the back of his truck.
I knew I'd been in a serious accident. I just didn't know how serious it was at the time.
He says he suffered a severe concussion, a swollen spine, and a bruised sternum, among other injuries.
God had his hand on my shoulders that day because everything had to go right. And if any of those hadn't occurred, then I wouldn't be here today.
Mount Sterling Police Captain Kalen Perdue says, given how close his department is with the sheriff's office, this situation shook his officers as well. So Perdue's stressing the importance, if you see blue lights flashing on the road, slow down.
No one wants to be out there during this time. We hate that people are being late for their appointments or late for work, but sometimes it's just much more important to just stop, slow down, and think about the repercussions that can happen when people aren't paying attention on the roadway.
Charles says while drivers should respect first responders working crashes every day of the year, this week truly is a reminder to folks that those first responders are people just like him, eager to get home to their families safely.
I'm sure that whatever you're thinking or doing at the time that you're not concentrating on your driving, is not near as important as their wives, sons, and daughters that are waiting on them. So drive safely. Make sure you buckle up and have regard for others.
In Montgomery County, Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
First responders also want to remind you of the expansion of the Slow Down, Move Over law. It is used to only apply to first responders and tow trucks, but since this summer, if there is a vehicle with flashers, flares, or other warning signals, you must move over. Crash Responder Safety Week concludes Friday. Students in Rockcastle County have installed a new Safe Haven baby box at Rockcastle Regional Hospital. The project started back in 2022 when one high schooler learned about Safe Haven boxes and felt compelled to bring one to Rockcastle County. Through research and fundraising efforts, students blessed the box at the hospital on Friday, offering support to those who need it. Progress on the Black Gold Plaza in Hazard is making progress daily. Soon doors to TJ Maxx, Hobby Lobby, Five Below, and Dollar Tree will be open. While these storefronts are progressing, Perry County officials also announced a new Go Time gas station is under construction near the Hazard Bypass. Additionally, Little Caesars and a Firehouse Subs will be available within this new development.
We're always working. We're always bringing people to the table. We're always having that discussion of how does it become a win-win? How do we build bridges and get people here and, you know, into a great community? We know what we have, and we've seen a lot of economic growth, and we're going to see a lot more of economic growth here. Exciting times ahead.
Officials say the new Go Time is expected to be open towards the end of the new year, while the Black Gold Plaza is still on time to be open in May of 2026. A team of UK engineering students and faculty is joining NASA on an Arctic space mission. The team will launch the device they developed to perform experiments in space. It will launch in Norway as part of NASA's Ghost spaceflight mission. The device will be used to collect data that could improve future spacecraft heat shields. More than 20 undergraduates and graduate students were a part of the team. A Minnesota native is making her home on a farm in Elsley County, but it's who she shares that land with that brings her joy. Allie Wyatt takes care of 17 rescued pigs. Many came from abusive situations or surrenderers. She operates the Wilbur Pepper Mini Pig Sanctuary off the grid, but she's sharing her concerns about a nearby rally car race. Over the summer, a race created a dust that made the pigs sick.
They did it in the summer, and it stirred up so much dirt and dust. It made everybody sick. It took 2 weeks to clear out our water system, and I was like to get the water clear again, just because of all the dirt that's there. It was seriously a cloud you could not see.
The sanctuary offers pig sponsorships for $15 to $20 per month to cover veterinary bills and other needs. Sponsors may even receive paintings created by the pigs.
We're looking nice and clear this morning. Still not seeing any clouds across eastern Kentucky. That'll be the trend for today's sunny skies all day long. We are going to look at some partly cloudy skies tonight. A lingering chance for some scattered showers as we're heading into your Tuesday morning, although the daytime hours today, nice and calm. Temperatures, though, are on the chillier side. We're looking at the 20s and 30s to begin your days, and then we'll end this afternoon with high temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Not too bad forecast, just a little bit of a chillier start to your day. As I mentioned, though, we'll look at those 30s off to school. By the time you're heading home, still hanging on to that sunshine. Temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Neely.
All right, Megan, thank you. And thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:41. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. Toy makers are gearing up for the holiday season. We have what's new that won't bust your gift list budget.